It's confirmed. Well, sort of. Nicole Kidman and Javier Bardem are currently in negotiations to secure their roles as Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz in an upcoming biopic film about the treasured TV icons. The film, tentatively titled Being the Ricardos, is written by Aaron Sorkin. He's also set to be sitting in the director's chair. The film is reportedly being produced by Amazon Studios and Escape Artists. Sorkin's not a novice when it comes to crafting historical and biographical films. He's best known for writing acclaimed films like The Social Network, Steve Jobs, and Charlie Wilson's War. He recently got into directing with 2017's Molly's Game, a Golden Globe-nominated production which he also wrote. He followed that up with 2020's highly touted historical drama, The Trial of the Chicago 7. Sorkin is also the writer, creator, and executive producer of the critically acclaimed NBC political drama, The West Wing. Being the Ricardos is rumored to be set during 1 week of production of I Love Lucy. The movie will start with a Monday table read-through. The rest of the film will chronicle Desi and Lucy's lives throughout the week, leading up to the Friday night filming in front of a live studio audience. Of course, the plot probably won't be as simple as it sounds. Considering Sorkin's modus operandi, Being the Ricardos will delve into a crucial crisis point in the couple's personal lives that will not only change their career paths, but also their marriage. Turning a cherished comedy into a political drama. Sorkin has always been fascinated with making films of a political nature. Although it's not specifically confirmed, it's speculated that his film will deal with an incident that went down in 1953, when Ball met with investigators from the House of Un-American Activities Committee to defend herself from allegations that she was aligned with the Communist Party. In 1938, while registering to vote, she listed her party affiliation as communist. According to Ball, she was never actually a member of the Communist Party. She claims she only listed her affiliation as such upon the insistence of her socialist grandfather. Ball also allegedly held communist meetings at her private home on multiple occasions, but she denied knowing about them. She insisted she was out of town when they occurred, and her grandfather was the one who organized them. As a joke, Arnaz once introduced Ball to the live studio audience before filming episode 68 by saying the only thing red about his wife was her hair. And even that's not legitimate, he added. A long overdue dream come true. Sorkin has been interested in bringing Lucy and Desi's story to the big screen for quite some time. Cate Blanchett was previously rumored to be attached to the role of Lucy, but she has since dropped out. Being the Ricardos will be the third film in a row that Sorkin has both written and directed. This won't be the first time Kidman will be portraying an iconic Hollywood star of old. In 2014's Grace of Monaco, she played Grace Kelly. Filmmaker Ryan Murphy is also trying to get her on board to play Vivian Leigh in an upcoming biopic. The selection of Bardem to play Arnaz has already created a bit of controversy, seeing as he's Spanish and Desi was Cuban. Likewise, not everyone is thrilled about Kidman playing Ball. The last time she tried to play a classic TV starlet, in 2005's Bewitched film remake, it went pretty miserably. The next logical question on everyone's mind is, who's going to play Fred and Ethel? Unfortunately, that's all the info we have on this upcoming film so far. We'll be sure to update you when we find out more. For the rest of the video, however, we've got something special lined up. Some folks near and dear to Lucille Ball have recently come out to shine a little extra light on her life story. Up first, let's see what Lucy Arnaz, Lucille and Desi's daughter, had to say about her parents' divorce and her own upbringing. A nice clean break. Lucy, who's now 69, talked to Closer Weekly in 2019 and discussed her parents' divorce. She mentioned her parents cared deeply about each other right up until the end of their lives. When they divorced in 1960, it was apparently a very amicable situation. They had a great divorce, said Lucy. They had a successful divorce. It was fantastic. Lucy went on to express her gratitude for how lucky she felt to have parents who cared so deeply about each other even after going their separate ways. According to her, they never had anything negative to say about each other and remained the closest of friends right till the end. Their relationship, according to Arnaz, only became more passionate and more friendly after they were no longer married. Desi and Lucy got married in 1940. They met earlier that year while on the set of Too Many Girls. Right out of the gate, their marriage was rocky. Lucille had considered filing for divorce in 1944, but they were able to reconcile their differences, albeit temporarily, after the birth of their son Desi Arnaz Jr. in 1953. I Love Lucy premiered in 1951 and immediately became a cultural sensation. The same year, Desi and Lucille welcomed their daughter Lucy into the world. I Love Lucy ran until 1957. The Lucy-Desi Comedy Hour subsequently ran from 1957 to 60, after which the couple decided to finally call it quits. Lucy shared in Closer that once her parents realized that staying in the marriage wasn't what was best for the both of them, things got easier for everyone. It's a lot like pulling off a Band-Aid. It hurts a lot more if you prolong the process. After the divorce, Ball and Arnaz were able to figure out a successful system that worked for both of them. The kids spent the weekends and summer season with their father and spent the rest of the time with their mom. Visitation was never a difficult thing. Lucy and Desi were always cordial with each other. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated of all of our notifications. And keep watching to find out how Lucille Ball's granddaughter, Kate Luckenbill Connor, remembers her grandma. Both Desi and Lucy found love again. Arnaz eventually remarried. He and Edith Mack Hirsch tied the knot in 1963. They stayed together until her death in 1985. Desi passed away 1 year later at the age of 69. He died of lung cancer, which wasn't much of a surprise considering he was a lifelong heavy smoker. Ball also married again. She and Gary Morton got hitched in 1961. They remained together until Ball's death in 1989 at 77. She died of an aortic dissection, the same tragic condition that killed John Ritter. When asked what it was like growing up with celebrity parents, Lucy described her childhood experience as being much like any other kids. It was just the way things were. She knew both her parents worked in the entertainment industry, but that was pretty much all she knew. They went to work every day, just like everyone else's working parents. All in all, they had a pretty normal life. To Lucy and her brother Desi, it was no different than other kids with parents whose work would keep them out late. It's not as if they lived a life particularly decked out in lavishness and luxury. Lucy also noted that despite the ups and downs Ball had in her marriage, she never took her success for granted. She was always grateful for all the fans who appreciated her shows and stayed by her side until her death. She always took time out to show her appreciation to her fans. Ball taught her daughter that she should never get upset if someone comes up and interrupts you while you're eating dinner. Lucy knew that if it wasn't for fans, Ball and Arnaz would never have had the career they had. Lucille Ball's granddaughter speaks out. Kate Luckenbill Connor, Ball's granddaughter, also spoke to Closer in May of 2018 and described what it was like growing up with the queen of comedy as her grandmother. To Kate, her grandmother was just a regular girl from New York. She relayed that it was never her intention to be anyone's icon. Kate shared memories about how her grandma used to give her the best bubble baths. Afterwards, she would wrap her up in towels and do her makeup. Sometimes she would dress her up in silk pajamas and let her nap in their ginormous California king-sized bed. Ball always had a way of making Kate feel like the world revolved around her. Even when she was still young, Ball shared with her granddaughter hard-hitting lessons of what it meant to be a successful woman. Whatever Ball set out to do, she accomplished. She wanted to be a mom, a wife, an actress, and comedian, and she ultimately achieved all of these things. Ball's good friend Tom Watson remembers her fondly. Watson told Closer one of his favorite memories about Ball was witnessing her relationship with Desi. Even though their marriage didn't work out, they always had a tremendous amount of love for each other. Their kids really helped them to stay good friends after the divorce. They recognized they couldn't be with each other any longer, but they never let the affection they felt for each other die. It was nice to hear what Lucille Ball's loved ones had to say about her and Desi. It's nice to learn that Ball and Arnaz remained on such good terms after they divorced. You hardly ever hear that happening. Anyway, what do you think about this upcoming movie being The Ricardos? Do you think Nicole Kidman is the right actress to play Lucille Ball? Or do you have someone else in mind that would be better suited for the job? Let us know what you think in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.